My name is Scott Lokers, and it's my privilege to coach the men's golf team at Hope College. And we're really excited about being with you today. And this video and this interview, I've got with me um, a person that I think the world of as an athlete, but more importantly as a person, and that's Joshua Gibson. Was a member of our golf team, graduated in 2019, uh, uh, engineering major. It was electrical engineering. That's what I was trying to come up with.
Yep.
Yeah, there you go. So, Josh, really glad that you are here. Before I ask you a question, let me just say a little bit about you because I know you don't broadcast this, but I think it'll give some context to the people watching this in terms of your accomplishments. Josh is just simply the best player we've ever had in Hope College men's golf history. Three-time All-American. He won the individual national championship his sophomore year. And one of the things about golf is there's only one individual national champion every year. And Josh was that his sophomore year. And then junior and senior years, he was the Division III National Player of the Year, received the Jack Nicklaus Award twice from Jack Nicklaus. So was just an awesome experience. And Josh is a great friend of Hope Golf, and I'll say a little more about that later if we have time about how he continues to help us. But Josh, really glad you're here. Thanks for taking the time.
Yeah, thanks for inviting me.
Yeah, my pleasure. So let's go back to the Hope days. Let's start there. And you had a memorable career. I'm sure lots of memories, but could you pick out one or two that you'd be willing to share with us? What stands out from your experience at Hope College?
I don't know if these are going to be specific memories, but I miss it every day because I was just such good friends with every other guy on the team. And unfortunately I don't get to see those guys as often anymore. But yeah, I mean, it was just so cool to go on trips, like to nationals. And then I think maybe probably the best memory was the spring break golf trip we took my freshman year. I don't know. It was just kind of a bonding experience for everyone, but it was also just a ton of fun. And I mean, obviously a spring break golf trip is you just go play a bunch of golf. So that was awesome. But I don't know. I always I know I'm kind of jumping. There was jumping questions here, but they talked, or one of them was about what do you guys talk about when you get back together and stuff. And I know sometimes we're just talking about our van rides back from tournaments and stuff like that. Guys would be sleeping and we'd, play pranks on each other. And I don't know. It was just such a fun time. I do miss it. I mean, but it was best experience of my life for sure.
Great. Good. And it was a bonding experience for you and your group.
Mm-hmm.
And some of these guys on the team are still some of your best friends, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, so we came in, there was three of us in my class that all came in together. Ben and Kramer and Andrew Goebel. And I knew Ben a little bit from before coming to Hope. But coming and then having three guys your own age that we didn't know what was going on. It was cool. We spent a lot of time together and obviously got really close. Those are two of my best friends, and I'm sure they will be for the rest of my lives too, our lives too.
Good. That's cool. Thanks. So could you talk a little bit about lessons you learned or how experiences golf team and the entire Hope experience shaped you, prepared you, helped you in terms of what was to come after graduation?
Yeah. So I definitely think one of the big things it taught me is time management and having a busy schedule and still being able to get stuff done. I know I kind of struggled a little bit, especially in like the fall of my freshman year when we first came in, because I mean we missed a fair amount of class, and so I was kind of falling behind right off the start. I think I want to say the first Friday we had classes, we were gone for a tournament. So I had met my professors like once or twice or whatever, and I was like, hey, I'm going to be gone tomorrow. um, but there's that. I think I really matured as just a person over my 4 years, and part of it was being on the golf team and being surrounded by the guys that we had there, but a lot of it was just hope in general. And a lot of I mean, not only the other students, but the faculty and, some of the chaplains. And so, yeah, I just feel like I really matured as a person. I kind of I don't know. Maybe I was a bit immature. I don't know. Maybe coach, maybe you have a different opinion. I don't know what you thought when I got there.
Oh, um, just I've got nothing but great memories, really, of your time at Hope and with your teammates. But I certainly did. I would affirm that the maturity that you experienced, and guys around you. And I think one of the things that stands out for me is the kind of teammate you were and a catalyst for the rest of the team. So obviously, your play, just so gifted and at such a level that we'd not seen before. But I also remember your really wanting to bring other guys along. And the team goals really matter to you. It's an individual sport, but we played as a team. And you always cared about that. So, I don't know if there's anything you want to say about that. Why did you care so much about the team?
Well, for one, I think team golf, I mean, everyone plays their own, you know, plays their own ball. You shoot an individual score, but I don't know. I've just always thought it's like the coolest thing in the world. It's kind of a merging of a sport that you can play by yourself. But I don't know, like representing hope and having guys, by your side. I don't know. It's just fun. It's something I've missed since then. And I mean, I did it in high school too, but yeah, I don't know if I could have it. I mean, because it's weird because like we also all wanted to beat each other like while we
Right.
were on the team together, right? So um, not that I was rooting against anyone, but I wanted them to play as one shot worse than me. No, but yeah, I don't know. It was just maybe it was just the guys we had on the team made me want to pull for them.
Yeah.
One thing, I think we don't regret it or anything, but I think what was sixth place, we finished at nationals twice.
Yes.
And so we never could quite get, to the top. We were really close.
Yep.
And, I'm not going to lose sleep over that or anything, but man, I think it would have been, really cool if we could have done that. And we were close. And yeah, so.
We were good. Thanks. You have any advice for current Hope student athletes as you think about your experience and, so now 5 years out from Hope, from that experience, what would you say to current Hope student athletes that are listening in?
One thing I would definitely say is get involved in other things, other extracurricular activities outside of whatever your sport is. Because I mean, obviously, your sport's going to take up a lot of your time, and it will prevent you from probably doing certain other things. Like I was never going to be able to do the pole or anything because that was right in the middle of golf. Like we had golf practice when they did pole practice. So,
Sure.
But I feel like I still got involved in a lot of other stuff on campus. And those were all really good memories. And especially if you're, a freshman or sophomore, it's a great way to meet new people. So there's that. I also think one thing there would be no way to know this while you're in college, but once you graduate there, I mean, I stayed in West Michigan. So if you move somewhere else, maybe this isn't the case, but I mean, there's so many Hope grads in the area. And so when you're looking for, things like jobs and stuff, like my current boss went to Hope. So that was kind of a bonding, thing just right off the bat. So things like that. I mean, I didn't know him, from college. I met him after college, but there's just a lot of people at Hope who are really passionate about Hope in the community. And so being involved in things, I think is, you might meet some of them or maybe, 10 years down the line, you'll meet them, but, oh, hey, you did this thing. You were involved in campus ministries. You were, maybe they played the same sport. So, I don't know. I think getting involved on campus and they're some of the best memories I've had in my life. So it's not just like a future looking thing. I mean, it's, you want to have fun too and stuff.
Absolutely. Yep. Good. Thanks. It's great. Once you graduated from Hope, you played golf professionally and you're still a professional player.
Mhm.
Share a little bit about that experience and whatever you'd like to share. What have you been doing since Hope and especially that professional golf experience? What was that like?
Yeah. So I did that. I want to say it was like 3.5 years is kind of when I did it like seriously. So yeah, from basically right when we graduated until a year and a half ago now ish. Yeah, I was traveling the country playing mini tour golf events. It was pretty cool. It was totally different than than Hope and college golf. I mean, I was driving to some of the most random places that no one's ever heard of to play tournaments, but I had a lot of fun. I have a lot of great memories from that too. I used to play this tour called the Dakotas Tour during the summer. It was just for like 2 months in like July and August mainly. So I'd go and I was in towns no one's ever heard of outside of at least if you're from West Michigan, but 5,000 people live there, or whatever. But man, I love those places. It was fun. I met a ton of people. And got to see a lot of the country, which, places I've never been and may never go back to. I don't know. I mean, I'd like to go back, but, we'll see, what happens in the future. Yeah, I have great memories of it. I think I kind of realized I probably wasn't ever going to play on the PGA Tour. So I'm not, sad about not playing anymore or anything. But it was a great experience while I did it.
Good. What's the biggest misconception about professional golf? I didn't put that question on your list, but it just occurs to me. Those of us who are wannabes, we're watching on TV and we're reading the articles. But what's the biggest misconception? Would you say?
Well, I mean, I was never really playing on TV, so I don't know if I can speak to what you might see from or what those guys' experience is, but man, I will say it's crazy like how many unreal good players there are, like people that can just go out and shoot scores that 99% of people will never even dream of, and they just do it like every day.
Sure.
When I was playing in South Dakota and some of these towns, and there was I think I had a tournament one time. I shot like 18 under for 3 rounds and I lost by like 4 or something. I mean, like, and this is just in the middle of nowhere. No one's watching us or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
So, but
Yeah.
there's just a lot of great players. I don't know. I was kind of surprised at that. I didn't think there'd be the depth of guys would be there, but
Good. Thanks. And what are you doing now, Josh?
So I work for Kendall Electric. I do inside sales there. We're like a electrical supply distribution company. yeah, I'm enjoying it. I like, I like going to work every day. So, so that's good.
That's good. Do you still love golf?
I do. I took a little bit of a break from it last summer. I mean, I didn't like take a huge break, but I just didn't play as much as I had been. But it's fun. I don't really take it quite as seriously anymore. I probably am only gonna maybe play 1 or 2 tournaments this year, and that's fine with me. I don't, I don't have any problem with that. So it's fun to get scratch the competitive itch still, but not have to do that every single day.
Yeah, good. Good for you. Cool. Is there anything you wanted to say that I didn't ask you? Anything that you think would be important for Hope community or college athletes, or just anything you wanted to say I didn't ask you?
Well, can I ask you a question?
You can.
You answer. So I noticed, well, and you've talked to me about this a little bit. I haven't been out there to see it though. Is I know Hope has a new practice facility for the indoors. So right after I left, conveniently, you decided to upgrade. No, I'm just kidding. I have great memories of that room too. It's still the same room, isn't it?
Same room. We added space to it. And,
Okay, yeah.
and a
So,
significant upgrade. Yes.
so how is that going? I mean,
Oh,
is it all running? Are the guys enjoying it?
it is. It is. Thanks for asking. That is just a huge thing for our program. I think it is for the women's program as well. And just so thankful to have it. Athletic directors worked hard and some other people to help us get it. And so we have 2 simulators now, and we have space. There's also a difference. I won't get into the weeds here, but a difference in how we count the season now. So we can actually have official practice starting January 15 and just count days instead of weeks. And we have space now that we can do things as an entire team. And so that has been really exciting for me. We've been experimenting with that this off season. What does that look like? And trying to be sharper coming into the spring. I have felt like, especially the last 2 years, we hit some good momentum with our team in the fall, and then it was hard to maintain that coming into the spring. So it's been great fun, and their guys are using. I can only speak, to the men's team, but they're in there. They're using it. We're doing stuff together as a team. I'm hoping it's going to have a big impact as we hit the spring. And, it's always our goal to get to nationals and to do well at nationals. I'd like to improve on that all-time best of 6th place. So,
go beat it.
Yeah, well, that's the goal. And, but no, it's really, I believe it's a game changer for us. And so
I'm glad to hear. I'm glad to hear that everything's kind of off and running with that now.
Yeah. Thanks for asking. All right. I think we're going to move toward wrapping up, Josh. But again, thank you for this conversation. Let me also tell everybody that's listening, Josh continues to be a great friend of Hope Golf. He served 2 years helping us as much as he could as an assistant, coming to practice, pouring into these guys. And just so appreciate it. It helps with recruiting at different times. And so, Josh, just really appreciate your impact that continues. And as I started, think the world of you and so appreciate your time.
No, thank you very much.
Good. See ya.
See ya.